So I want to talk about the Simpsons. The Simpsons, a lot of us know them. They are this cartoon network that, mostly watched by kids. But there is more to Simpsons than we know, that people think they know. Yes, Simpson is, in Nigeria we have a lot of prophets in Nigeria. Some of them they call themselves a major prophet, some they call themselves senior prophets, some of them they call themselves the oracle of God, the seer, and whatever. So they see into things, they predict, they prophesy. But for me, when our pastors in Nigeria and prophets in Nigeria are claiming that they have a God that through that God they see everything, I look at them most times and I laugh. Yes, because if I want to compare our Nigerian prophet and pastors to the Simpsons they are not prophets, they are not a religious organization, they are not even a church. But see the Simpsons, they see more than your pastors and your prophets, your daddy geos. Yes, I said so. Your daddy geos and prophets in Nigeria, all what they know how to do best is to prophesy to an individual. They are really good at prophesying to an individual, but they cannot predict a world event. They cannot prophesy concerning a world event, a certain occurrences in the world, or what will happen in the world or in the future. They don't have such power. But they'll be shouting that their God is powerful, that their God is all-seeing, that with their God they can see and prophesy and do anything. They can't. They have limitations. They have. Just recently, Justin Suleiman prophesied that he said that God showed him. He prophesied that it is a woman that will win the American election. But it was Trump that won. He said God told him, God showed him. Prophecy didn't work. It didn't come to pass. I used to tell some Nigerians, if actually prophecy works, that prayer works, and the Christian God answers prayers, Tinubu wouldn't have been the president of Nigeria. Yes, I said so. Tinubu wouldn't have been the president of Nigeria, because the entire Christians in Nigeria, the entire Christians Association of Nigeria were against Tinubu being the president. They said that they don't want a Muslim state, a Muslim country, that they want it to be a Christian and a Muslim, so they can never support Tinubu. All of them were prophesying that it is Peter Obi that will win. Like, out of all the prophets in Nigeria that prophesied concerning that presidential election, like 95, in fact 98% said that Tinubu will not win, it is Peter Obi. But did Peter Obi win? No, Tinubu won. And even to add it up, Tinubu even said that even without their support, even without the entire Christians in Nigeria, that he will still become the president of Nigeria, and he did become the president of Nigeria. So who is more powerful? That means almost all the prophecies that some Nigerian pastors used to put out to the audience or to their people are actually false. It's not correct now, because if all of you can gather momentum against one person, and then that person happens to succeed, and even make it as in put a bet that even if all of you don't support me, all of you, all your daddy Jews, pastors, prophets everywhere, even if you don't support me, I will still become. It is my turn. You guys don't know this thing. There are bigger realms to this world than there are people that are operating on the laws of God. There are people that are operating on the laws of nature. And then there are people that are just following man-made principles to approach God. That is Christianity. Christianity is following man-made concepts, or man-made concepts to approach God. Whereas there are some people that follows God in its true and original form. They follow the laws of God itself and that of nature. So they supersede your pastors, they supersede your daddy Joe. Some of them don't even fear this man. Now we guys are not connected to God. Now we know sabi God. Where they follow God directly, now they respect this man the same like demigod. But they see all those Tinubu, all those elites. Your pastors are small to them. Your pastors are like baby to those people. They are bigger than your pastors. So your pastor's prophecy cannot move them. So, but let me just leave that one aside. That was not why I made this video. I want, if you are a Christian and you love prophecies, you want to know how the future will be, how the world will work, like, things that will be coming in the future. Start watching The Simpsons. That cartoon network, you can Google it on your phone. The Simpsons. It is on YouTube, social media, like, Google The Simpsons and start watching them carefully. You will see some of the predictions that these guys they normally put out. And each prediction that the Simpsons make comes out accurately. They come out, the Simpsons don't go for individual. They are bigger than to see into the future of an individual. Though most times they do it, they prophesy against a certain celebrity of what actually happened to that celebrity, and most of these things happen. You get, but they are majorly involved in major occurrences in the world. That is what the Simpsons focuses on. They are bigger than working with, going to people's private life and individuals. Your pastors works with family. There are three major kinds of prophet. There be two. There are some prophet that works with familiar spirit. Your pastors, your prophet works with familiar spirit. They work with the spirit of an individual, people that is in the spirit of human being, like people that, a single person. So the spirit that goes along with a certain person will reveal some information to them, the prophet, and then they speak. So they work with familiar spirit. Their level of prophecy is to be a familiar spirit, and that's all. But they cannot go penetrate the realm of a nation, of the deities or of the spirit that controls a nation. Those deities are bigger than them. Those deities are too big for them to release their secret to this prophet. You understand? These deities are too big. Your prophets are too small in realm, in level, to connect to those nations, to those national deities, to give them information of what is going to happen. They are too small. These things, it takes realm to connect. So these things, it takes realms to connect. You understand? Your pastors are low, your prophets are low. But the Simpsons are very high-ranking prophets, if I want to put them in that class. They are high-ranking prophets. Major. Those of them that are calling themselves major, they are not major, they are minor prophets, because they work with familiar spirit. They see into issues with human beings like an individual, and that's all. People's only problem, and then it rotates like that. So they are minor prophets. I heard some of them be claiming they are major. You know what's called to be major prophet? Major prophet sees into the activities in the world, what is going to come, like the prophet of old, the Elijah and the Moses. They see what is to happen, and they say it accurately, and it will play like that. This one is a prediction. If they say it's going to rain on that day by this time, this is what is going to happen. That is what will happen. Prophecy is not prediction. Most of the pastors does prediction. They predict. Prophecies are not prediction. Prophecy means this is what is going to play out. The Simpsons have been on this path for years, predicting what is going to happen in the world. Predicting, no be play. I'm going to play some of their videos so that you will see. These guys, they are bigger than your pastors. So when the people, Christians, they make mouth, they shout, my papa is this, my bishop, and they look at the laugh, say, oh, you guys don't know nothing. Go and watch The Simpsons. If you are a Christian or if you are a religious person and then you love anything prophecy, if you are always curious of what is going to happen in the future, stop following your pastors to some extent and your prophets. They are minor. What if they tell you what is going to happen around you tomorrow, but they don't tell you what is going to befall your country tomorrow, or what is going to befall your nation tomorrow? Which one is more better? Because when the country is bad, it will affect you, an individual. So it's better we have major prophets that sees into the future and tell us how to prepare. So we'll start now and adjust ourselves. You will see that before that thing happens, we have already been prepared. The thing will not affect us much, or it might not even affect us. But when our prophet does not see the future of what is going to happen in the world, in our country, and then we are just being careless, chasing family altars, finding and casting ancestors that are not even your problem. At the end of the day, when the future occurrences, what actually is going to happen in the future now comes to hit us, that time we will be like, So look at what The Simpsons, and know who are The Simpsons. They are the king. They are the major prophet. They are the major prophets in the world or of the world. No be play. No be joke.